Good morning, everybody. Welcome to online class number 5. In previous class, we have discussed the important points of charge and a basic idea about different types of charge. One is point charge, electronic charge, source charge, test charge, etc. Then after we study the interaction of force, that is called Coulomb force. Today I am going to discuss Coulomb's force. The Coulomb force is stated by Coulomb's law. Coulomb is what? One scientist. The scientist invents this law. Is known as Coulomb's law. First, in this class, we will discuss the Coulomb force. Coulomb force means interaction of force between two charges. First of all, you have to note interaction of charge is what? Interaction of charge means Coulomb force. Coulomb force. Because the charge at a certain distance, two charge at a certain distance exert force on each other due to charge. This force is called electrostatic force or interaction of charge or Coulomb force. Force is called electrostatic force. Yes or no? This electrostatic force is stated by the Coulomb's law. Coulomb is an scientist which invents the force between two charges. That is called Coulomb's law. But now you have to note down or you have to study Coulomb's law. Yes or no? Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law is what? It states that the force of attraction or repulsion between two charges at rest is directly proportional to product of magnitude of two charges and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. Suppose two charges are there. This is Q1, this is Q2. Q1, this is Q2. Suppose this is the positive charge, this is the positive one. Force between two charges is must be repulsive because two charges are like charge. Like charge we have already known. Like charge repulsion each other. Unlike charge attractive each other. So the two charges suppose plus Q1 and Q2. Then distance between is R. Distance between two charges is R. Suppose is R. Then force between force between two charges F. Force between two charges F is directly proportional to product of magnitude of two charges. Product of magnitude of two charges. The product of magnitude of two charges. This is the equation 1. Yes or no? Then force. Then this is the equation 1. Second, F is inversely proportional to square of distance between them. Square distance between two charges is what? R. And square of distance between two charges. This is the equation 2. This is the Coulomb's law. Yes or no? You can write Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law is what? It states that force of attraction or repulsion between two charges at rest is directly proportional to product of magnitude of two charges and inversely proportional to square of between them. That means force is directly proportional to product of magnitude of two charges. Magnitude means Q1 magnitude, more magnitude. First equation is what? Force is directly proportional to product of magnitude of two charges. Then Q1 mod into Q2 mod. This is the first equation. Then second, and also inversely proportional to square of distance between them. Square of distance between them. And F proportional to 1 by R square. If the combining two equations, then we get by combining two equations. What? F proportional to Q1 Q2 by R square, or F proportional to, then finally we can write F proportional to Q1 Q2 by R square. Listen, then proportional, if we convert it to equal position, then means F equal. Equal means which constant is multiplied in right side. So that's why F is equal to beta Q1 Q2 by R square. This is the Coulomb's law. This is the Coulomb's law equation. This is the Coulomb's law equation. This is Coulomb's law. So beta is what? Where beta is equal to what? Beta is equal to proportional constant. Proportional constant, which depends upon nature of medium. Beta is depends upon nature of the medium. 2 point charge are there. Is in this space Q1, suppose Q1, this is the Q2. Beta is the constant which depends upon nature of the medium. Nature of medium means between two charges, maybe air is present, maybe wood is present, maybe water is present, maybe paper is present, maybe some metal is present, or some insulator is present. Yes or no? So, in which substance present in between two charges, Then force is differ. So force is differs depends upon beta also. Force is depends upon two charges Q1 and Q2 and distance between two charges and proportional constant also. Force is depends upon Q1 and Q2 and R and beta also, because beta is the proportional constant which depends upon nature of the medium. Force between two charges also depends upon beta, because beta is the proportional constant which depends upon nature of the medium. Suppose two charges here. If air medium is present, force is 1. Force is, suppose in air medium force is F air. Suppose. Then we have to place a pepper in between two charges. Then F force is exerted on two charges is F pepper. Here F air and F pepper is totally different. That is not equal, because the F in F air means Q1 is constant, Q2 is constant, distance between two charges is also constant. F pepper, Q1 constant, Q2 constant, distance between two charges is constant, but only one pepper is present inside or in between two charges. That's why force is different. That means whenever pepper is present two charges, the force is named as also F pepper. Suppose if air is present inside the two charges, the force is named as suppose F air. In that case, F air, F pepper is not equal. So that is why F is also depends upon beta. That means beta is proportional constant which depends upon nature of medium. And it depends upon nature of medium and also depends upon and its value system of unit chosen and its value system of unit chosen. That is the basic idea of Coulomb's statement, Coulomb's law statement. Listen, you have to note down. Here we already know F is equal to beta Q1 Q2 by R square is expressed by Coulomb's law. So this is the scalar form. This is the scalar form of Coulomb force. This is the scalar form. But we have to convert in vector form. In how? We know A is magnitude. That is the scalar form. If we convert it in vector form of A magnitude, that means how to convert? Whenever A magnitude is multiplied to unit vector, that is called A vector is converted. That means A vector is produced by both magnitude and unit vector. That is the suggested only magnitude. That is only suggested direction. That is suggested to only magnitude, both magnitude and direction. So that's why A vector is equal to A magnitude and A unit vector. So if F is equal to beta Q1 Q2 by R square is the scalar form, if we convert it to vector form, then what we will do? F vector means beta Q1 Q2 by R square, then multiply to one unit vector, that is called R unit vector. In that case, question is present. Question is in your mind, students. Question is in your mind. Why R unit vector is present? Why not Q1 is unit vector? beta unit vector because q1, q2 is the charge. We have already known charge is scalar quantity. But r is the distance between two charges, distance between two charges, that is the displacement. That is displacement is converted to vector because this 1, 2, 2. I will discuss in vector form in Coulomb's force. Q1 is the charge, Q2 is the charge, only distance is present. Its vector form, that means this displacement is direction is what? Either direction is right side, either direction is left side. So the displacement is the vector quantity we have already known in first year class. So we have to multiply r unit vector. That means whenever r unit vector is removed, then it converted to f scalar. Whenever r unit vector is multiplied, then it converted to vector quantity. That is the vector form. Listen. Then q1, q2 are already known. q1, q2 is the charge of two charges. R is the distance between two charges. But beta, we have more known about the beta. Then after we have to note what is the value of beta. So you have to note down. You have to note down value of beta. Beta always known. Beta is the constant proportionality constant which depends upon nature of medium, and its value, the system of unit is chosen. That means value of beta in CGS, the beta is equal to 1 by k. Beta is 1 by k. K is the, in ESU system, that means CGS value ESU, electrostatic unit. CGS value is two types, in electrostatic unit or EMU, electromagnetic unit. I will discuss later, but now beta is equal to 1 by k. In beta is k is equal to dielectric constant. Dielectric constant, which I will discuss about dielectric constant later. So beta is equal to 1 by k. You have to remember in CGS beta is equal to 1 by k is equal to dielectric constant. So F is equal to beta q1 q2 by r square. So F is equal to 1 by k q1 q2 by r square. That is the force between two charges and distance between r. So it is the for any medium, because at any medium, air medium is what? Whenever air is present inside the two charges, value k is air medium is. Whenever water is present, k value is changed. Whenever one metal or iron is present inside the two charges, k is also changed. So the k is depends upon nature of the medium. And whenever F is equal to q1 q2 by r square, q1 q2 by r square, that means k is equal to 1, and k is equal to 1. K is equal to 1. This is at air medium. Air medium, you have to remember, in air medium k is equal to 1. For air medium or free space or vacuum. Yes or no? That is the CGS. CGS, you have to remember, value of beta is equal to 1 by k. Experimental proof. In CGS, beta is equal to 1 by k. K is equal to dielectric constant. Yes or no? In SI is what? In SI, beta is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon. 1 by 4 pi epsilon is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon r. Epsilon is what? Epsilon is what? Epsilon is permittivity of medium. Epsilon is permittivity of medium. And permittivity definition, we can write definition of permittivity. So you have to note down permittivity. Permittivity. It is the electrical characteristics. It is the electrical characteristics of medium which determine force between two charges. Two charges in that medium. In that medium. You have to remember, in CGS beta is equal to 1 by k, in SI beta is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon. And epsilon is equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r, that is I will discuss. In that I will discuss after in CGS and SI unit. CGS or SI systems. Listen, then you have to know, but now we have to discuss epsilon 0 is what, epsilon r is what. So you have to note down. So epsilon is equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r. So epsilon r is equal to epsilon by epsilon 0. Epsilon 0 is the absolute permittivity. Epsilon r is the relative epsilon is the absolute permittivity, epsilon r is the relative permittivity. The permittivity is the epsilon, which is electrical characteristics which determine force between two charges. That permittivity depends upon epsilon 0 and epsilon r, because the epsilon r is equal to epsilon by epsilon 0. So epsilon 0 is the absolute permittivity which is always constant in any medium. But epsilon r is the depends upon nature of the medium. Actually, epsilon r the relative permittivity which is depends upon nature of medium. That means the medium is changes, the epsilon r is changes, but epsilon 0 is the constant. So that's why epsilon is changes. Epsilon I 0 is constant, but epsilon r is changeable. So total multiplication epsilon is changeable. So we have already known from this expression, epsilon r is the characteristic. Epsilon r the relative permittivity which depends upon nature of the medium. And finally, total permittivity epsilon is depends upon the nature of the medium. So we have write F is equal to beta q1 q2 by r square, that is the Coulomb's law. In SI unit, in SI F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q1 q2 by r square. So F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon r q1 Q1 Q2 by R square. That is the at any medium. Any medium. But F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q1 Q2 by R square. That is the epsilon R is what? 1. Epsilon here epsilon R is equal to 1. At epsilon R is equal to 1. When epsilon R is equal to 1? When the air medium is present. When it is the what? For air medium or vacuum or free space. Yes or no? The 1 by 4 pi epsilon, you have to remember, absolute permittivity is constant. Absolute permittivity is constant. Yes or no? Absolute permittivity is constant. That means absolute permittivity is constant. Epsilon R is equal to 1. So 1 by, in your experimental proof, the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 9 into 10 to the 9 Newton into meter square or Coulomb square. We have to remember the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, because the experimental proof, one value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 9 into 10 to the 9 Newton into meter square by Coulomb square. So you have to remember the absolute permittivity is the epsilon 0. The value of epsilon 0 is equal to 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton into meter square. So putting the value of epsilon 0 in 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, then we get the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 9 into 10 to the 9 Newton into meter square per Coulomb square. Value of beta in CGS, beta is equal to 1 by K. K is the dielectric constant. Dielectric constant. And dielectric constant is what? Now we have to discuss F. F is equal to 1 by K. Q1 Q2 by R square. That is the equation 1 at any medium. At any medium. At any medium. Any medium means F, you can write F any medium. F any medium, force between two charges at any medium, that is named as F any is equal to 1 by K Q1 Q2 by R square. And that is the equation 1. If F air medium K is equal to 1, then Q1 Q2 by R square, that is the equation 2. That is the equation 2. Suppose we divide equation 2 to equation 1. Equation 2 to equation 1. F air by F any is equal to K. So dielectric constant may be defined. Dielectric constant may be defined, which is the ratio between force between air medium to the force between any medium. Yes or no? Force between air medium to the force between any medium. We know K is equal to what? F air by F any. So from this expression we can write K is the ratio of, that means dielectric constant K is the ratio of force at air medium to the force at any medium. At any medium. Yes or no? That is the in CGS. In CGS In CGS, FAR by FN is equal to K. In CGS system, we have already known dielectric constant is determined. Yes,